accountability and maintain law and order.
If you present deadly physical force to one of my family members, we meet you with deadly force every time, and we win.
Zero tolerance. Guns and drugs off the streets. Safe kids, safe schools.
You push poison on our streets, and we are coming for you.
And we will put you behind bars at the Marceno Motel. It's that simple.
Welcome to another episode of Midweek with Marceno. I'm Public Information Officer Julie Martin. For the last several weeks, Sheriff Carmine Marceno has been sitting down with Lee County leaders to discuss their working relationships and goals for the Sheriff's Office. And this week, we continue that roundtable discussion with Lee County Commissioner Cecil Pendergrass. Now, Sheriff, let's kick off this conversation. This commissioner has a very unique perspective because he, too, was a law enforcement officer.
Yeah, thank you, Julie. Commissioner, welcome aboard. First, congratulations on being the chair of the board. That's a great thing to have, a great accomplishment. This board's been phenomenal to us as the sheriff and law enforcement. You, of course, bring a huge background in policing, and I'm proud to say that that helps you out huge with us when it comes to our budget and all the quality of life issues we see.
Thank you, Sheriff. You know, there have been priorities for the county commissioner and myself to make public safety #1 priority here in Lee County. I've always felt that government's main role is provide safety for its community.
Well, I'll tell you, and I thank you for that, because without this great county commission, without our great county manager, Roger DeJarlais, we couldn't do our job. You give us the tools, and because of that, we're now ranked the 3rd safest city in the nation. That's huge.
Well, make sure we took a national stand on Lee County of making public safety and supporting law enforcement here. And we did that this year with our budget. We reduced taxes and we still increased the sheriff's budget. So we're here to provide the tools and necessities for you, for your men and women, to provide safety for the community.
So while reducing taxes, you still do more with reducing taxes, giving us what we need fiscally to make certain. You know, a lot of people will say, we're going to make certain we back law enforcement, we're going to do this and that. But you, the county commission, our county manager, you have absolutely stepped up and made it your top priority. And there's a reason why we see what we see. And the great residents of this county have law and order.
And that's why people continue to come here. We've seen a lot of growth in the last 2 years because the policies in place by the local elected officials here in Lee County and the state of Florida with Governor DeSantis, we're making sure that public safety is a priority. People can continue to come here for 3 W's, water, way of life, and warmth. And we'll make sure when they're here, they're safe.
Governor DeSantis has been great. I mean, clearly, he has backed law enforcement over and over, and he has made it his #1 goal to make sure we have law and order in this state of Florida, which can't thank the governor enough. Let me tell you, what are some of the challenges you see? I mean, obviously the growth is tremendous. What are some of those challenges?
Well, we're keeping up with that in Lee County. We talked about that earlier this morning as far as the budget goes, where you have infrastructure, where water quality projects. We just approved a $47 million wastewater treatment facility yesterday. That's paid for. We're not having to bond or pay for this. Growth is paying for growth. And we're doing that as we increase the roads. Thanks to your men and women, we're in green, we make sure those roads are safe. We're putting new roads in, 3 Oaks Parkway, Alico Extension, Burt Store Road, and all the new improvements we're doing to make it safer for people to commute throughout the county.
Well, I got to tell you, I applaud you, because everywhere I look, there's a shovel going on the ground, there's a building going up, there's another roadway. And during the most challenging times with the pandemic, yet we see the craziest amount of growth. The commission, our county manager, you guys have come together, and I tell you, it's brilliant. You have been ahead of the curve while reducing taxes to deliver more. That's unheard of, Commissioner.
Well, we saw our airport become #1 in the nation last year with recovery after COVID. And there's a reason for that. People kept coming here. And we have to be prepared for that. And we have to make sure we budget for that and support your budget.
I would also want to thank you because with your background and your expertise in law enforcement, that's critically important on some of the decisions you make as a county chair, county commissioner. You know, we, with your assistance, have doubled our narcotics unit. That is huge for us. We're taking bad people off the streets, drugs off the streets at record numbers. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it was important, like I said, it's a priority to support your budget and also work with the state attorney. You know, between you and the state attorney prosecuting people and make sure they find their place in the Marceno Motel and they stay there. That's the most important things to us in the community.
I'll tell you, at every level, I believe Lee County leads the way because of our great state attorney, Amira Fox, our county manager, Roger DeJarlais, our county commissioners. At every level, on the local level, let alone our state level, Governor DeSantis, an amazing job. We are leading the way, and I can't thank you enough for all that you do for us.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Sheriff.
Thank
you. Like I said, we have to make sure we support your men and women. As once your men and women, your agency understand that the county commission supports them and support you.
You've been fantastic, and thank you.
Well, we want to thank you, Commissioner Pendergrass, for taking the time to talk with us today. And thank you for watching this week's episode of Midweek with Marceno. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.